We're only 2 weeks away from a major event for Bitcoin, not only for this year, but for this decade. Let's talk about what's happening and also what we can expect for the price action. Hey, it's John at Real John Doe from Currency.com with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and what to expect in a historically bullish month for Bitcoin and also the May 2020 halving. Don't forget, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to stay updated on our content, hit the subscribe button and even turn on notifications. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a big event, major event coming up for Bitcoin that everybody's been talking about, and that is the Bitcoin halving. May has been a very bullish month for Bitcoin. In the past 5 years or so, I believe 4 of those years, Bitcoin has been up quite a bit in this month. So with the halving happening at the same time, this can be extremely bullish. The halving for Bitcoin happens roughly every 4 years. And what happens is the mining reward gets cut 50% from the previous mining rewards. So miners then receive 50% fewer Bitcoins for verifying transactions. This means fewer Bitcoins are produced daily, so that causes a higher demand in the supply. The halving has been known to be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. With the previous one in 2016, we went from roughly $1,000 to about $20,000. And right now we're ranging at about the $8,000 mark. If history repeats itself, we can expect to see Bitcoin maybe at about $100,000 to $250,000. In the recent months or this year so far, Bitcoin has had a strong correlation to traditional markets. It might be different this time. The halving may not have a bullish effect on Bitcoin's price as it did in previous years, because right now the majority of markets are not doing so well. The correlation that Bitcoin currently has right now with other markets that can prevent the halving from being a bullish event. So let's have a look at some of the headlines that Bitcoin has had the past few days, and even try to see which ones can affect the outcome of the halving coming up. We'll look at how the price action is building momentum right now. Also, a few other things to see if there's a possible sell-off coming from Korea. And we'll tell you who's going to eat a raw egg if Bitcoin doesn't reach 250,000. First here from Currency.com. Bitcoin experiences longest winning run since August 2019. And the bulls are eyeing the 8K barrier. Currently, we're just testing that. At the time of filming right now, we haven't reached 8K, but maybe by the time it's posted, we will reach 8K, or maybe we will be rejected back down. With the halving coming up in May, the trade volume has increased, and both volume and the price has gotten more stable in the past few weeks. Currently right now on Currency.com, we're at about 7,829, and the traders' sentiment mostly right now is bullish, 56% bullish, 44% bearish, and we're leaning towards the high of the day. Things are looking strong in the price action for Bitcoin. As you can see on this chart we drew a few weeks ago, you can see that in a previous video. We are still moving along this trend line. We're below it, but we're still moving steady up. We've had a pretty strong trend up. Every day has been closing green, besides yesterday or today's daily close, but we're still above that and still going for that 8K. If that 8K flips into support, the RSI becomes overbought in that range. I think that it'll be good to consolidate in that area before having the next leg up in this range to go possibly past 10K. If this 8K range were to get rejected, then what I still expect us to test it and break it. Based on the momentum we have right now and based on history, what Bitcoin does in May and around the halving. So if we do reject it, I do expect the alligator to go flat and bring us back around here. But I do expect us to eventually break this 8K support. Another thing that I can see happening based on news, I'll go to that in a second here now, but I'll show you what else I can see happening is we do flip this 8K into support. We go into the halving and it becomes a sell event and we break it back down. If you zoom out, you can see that is a possibility on a longer trend to form a flag. But what can cause that? What I can see being a possible news for something like that to happen is this here. Article posted by Cointelegraph. Crypto community fears North Korean Bitcoin sell-off because of the rumors of Kim Jong-un's death. Following the rumors, everybody's kind of predicting a mass sell-off. It was reported back in 2019 that North Korea holds about $670 million in crypto assets, the majority of that being Bitcoin. And since there's been a lot of reports suggesting that North Korea's leader's life is in danger from a surgery that he recently had, people can also become scared because all the crypto that North Korea owns can possibly be sold. But keep in mind, that's also just a rumor right now. We're still waiting on more news to come, and we don't know what that would do for the price of Bitcoin as of right now. Another one here that I want to go look at is Tim Draper doubles down on his $250,000 Bitcoin prediction, saying that he will eat a raw egg if the price does not hit 250,000. For those of you who don't know who Tim Draper is, he is a big investor in Bitcoin and blockchain projects. Almost everyone in the crypto community knows of him and his predictions. One thing I want to point out, Bitcoin halving searches have reached a new all-time high on search engines. So this can mean that retail investors might be looking to buy Bitcoin after what they learn about the halving coming up. But right now, let's jump into platform, have a look at the chart, and see the possible setups going into the month on opening a position for Bitcoin. See, obviously right now, things are looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin. Long-term, extremely bullish with the halving coming up. The only thing that can keep Bitcoin from going up right now is any major news event coming at us out of nowhere, similar to the coronavirus. Because I do think that if all of that did not happen, Bitcoin would be well over $10,000 right now. Maybe we're recovering from the coronavirus news and we're starting our new trend upwards. Bitcoin will not have the correlation with the stock market similar to previous years. Or maybe this is a fake out and it's going to get rejected, trap all the bulls, and we will keep trending downwards. So April's about to end, and let's have a look a little bit closer at the chart. Look for a long, possible short setups going into May. So right now, let's look at the bullish scenario, okay? Things are pretty bullish right now. Overall, you have crazy predictions happening again. Searches for Bitcoin are going crazy again. The price is continually moving up and to the right. And we're going into May, one of the most bullish months. And we have the halving coming up. There's so much bullish energy right now. It's just going to keep pushing this price up. When we are in situations like this, it's no surprise what price Bitcoin can bring us to. We could be at 10,000 tomorrow or 7,000 tomorrow. You never know. But in the bullish scenario right now on this chart, just to see us get into this $10,000 range in May, we just need to continue to see the trend move how it's moving. 8K becomes support, consolidate through there for a few days, make a way down maybe, and then just continue our way to the right and up. By the end of May, go test this heavy resistance at around 10,000. And if we don't continue having a strong momentum like this, another bullish scenario that I can see is we get rejected at this 8K, breakdown, finally touch that 55 that everybody's kind of been waiting for going into the halving. And then right after the halving, make it right past that 10K resistance up here. I would still expect the price to consolidate in this range here. And I believe it does have the momentum to flip that 8K into support and make its way to test 10K. And then that's where we will really need to see if it's going to break out, because it does continue past 10K, then that means we've broken the previous trend line and we have a new trend upwards. But if we go to that 10K and gets rejected, then that cannot be a good sign for the rest of the year. But long term, things are extremely bullish for Bitcoin. So let's say we have some crazy news and the halving becomes not so bullish event for Bitcoin this time. What you can expect for the bears, the 8K becomes support, and then we sit there for a few days and break down. And then we break this smaller trend line here, and then a new trend forms to continue our way down. Looking at the daily trend line from all-time high roughly to right now, us breaking down is not out of the picture. Breaking out of that 10K point puts us in a very bullish scenario, but anything below that leaves us open to the possibility of breaking down to around $2,000. That's it for this video on Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your trades. It's John at Real John Doe from Currency.com.